G'day, welcome back to Duxola Gaming and Riverview Farm. That's right, we are back here at Riverview and we are continuing on with our farming and we are going to get straight into it. We've got a bit of stuff to do today. So, first let's do a bit of catch up. We have done some maintenance work around the, let's say, map. There's been some maintenance work done on that bridge that we've had so much trouble with. Anyway, we'll show that a little bit later. But in the meantime, we've got two fields to harvest, this field here and this field here behind us, both of them with canola, so we've got to get those going and get them up to the oil processing plant. We've also, if I bring up the map very quickly, we've got hired hand over here, and we are running a course over here on our most difficult field we possibly could find to mow the grass, but he's heading over there at the moment and he's doing quite well, seemingly. So we're going to leave him be and we're going to head on over there later and pick up the grass and all that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, we're going to get this guy cracking and we're going to get this field harvested. Now, I could run it on courseplay. I mean, we've started using courseplay. I've said that a few times. We're going to look at getting it up and running. But I'm just going to do this manually because this is a fairly small field. We'll probably do the headers manually like we normally do, then get the hired hand to fill in the middle as we go off and get the other tractor with the trailer and come and offload ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So I hope everyone is doing well. We are doing really well here. It is early April. And the year is already flying past, isn't it? So it's not going to be long, and we're going to be back at Christmas again. All right, let's get into this field and get cracking. So since we last recorded, there has been the DLC release from Giants, the Antonio Carrera's pack or whatever the hell it's called. Probably. And I certainly know I'm not alone in saying that's one of the most disappointing and unwanted DLCs Giants have ever brought out. I've got it because I got the season pass, unfortunately, but I'd be interested to see what the numbers are of people buying it. But I don't think it'll be huge. All those tractors that are basically under 100 horsepower. Yeah, okay, there might be some niche people that like playing the smaller stuff, all that sort of stuff, and just doing the mountain stuff, but I really can't see it being a popular addition to the game. So you probably won't see me use any of the tractors ever because I just don't tend to play the small stuff all the time, or at all, very much at all. So yeah, but anyway, I mean, you might see it. We might use some of it when we're doing some vineyard work or some olive work in future, whether it be on this series or another or any other map. But it's most unlikely you're going to see much of it, if at all. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to discuss it any further. That's basically my opinion of it. I'm not going to showcase any of the stuff. I just don't have any want or need to. But anyway. But let me know your thoughts down below in the as I'm pointing at the screen. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What you think of the DLC. Have you bought the DLC? If you have, why did you buy it? If you haven't, why didn't you buy it? All that sort of stuff. Just let me know. All right. So we'll get on around this. I'm going to do 2 header rows, and then we'll put a hired worker on it. Just because, well, we can. I'm not going to fart about doing the corner like I did before. I'm just going to get in and get it done. Now, the reason why we've got the other hired hand running the course over on the grass field is grass is our biggest need. We said that in the previous episodes. We need the grass for 2 reasons. Number one is to feed the sheep. And the second one is to dry it off as hay and use that to feed the cows. So we're getting very, very low on our stocks of grass to the point where we're really, really worried about not being able to feed the animals. The Field 16 did come in time and we were able to feed the animals previously, as we will know by now. But what we just need to get a big stockpile up, so that's why we're using 5 and 16, as we've said previously as well. We're going to start stockpiling that grass up and stockpiling a whole pile of hay up in the dryer and get that running. So anyway, so there's that. We need to look also at getting some funds to either, well, I might just have to be selling off the fabric for the moment and not be making any clothes. We've got, I think it's about 27,000 fabric on hand at the moment. We don't have a tailor. Pardon me, we don't have a tailor. So really holding on to that is of no point unless we do buy a tailor. Now, there's no reason why I can't buy one, install one, but whether I want to or not is another matter altogether. It is a good amount of money, so I just don't know. But in any case, we've got that sitting there as well. So if we need to pull the pin and get some money at short notice, I've got a bit of fabric there. Fabric is what I call an intermediate profit margin, because it's higher profit than the wool, so than the raw material we could be selling, but it's lower than the top end material that it goes to make, being the clothes. So hence it's intermediate. So there's low or raw, intermediate, and then high. So yeah. So the other thing is we've got some up at the dairy. I hadn't actually. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied at the moment. I hadn't actually started off any production at the dairy, so we've got some milk up there already. I think there's 10,000 litres of milk in the dairy, and I've got 7,000 litres in storage of milk. So we kicked off the dairy to produce what was it, butter and what's the other one, cheese. So in that regard, butter is an intermediary, while cheese is pretty much a high end. So yeah, but anyway, so we've got that'll start being produced as well. So that's another profit area we're going to have coming to us now. So now the cows are starting to produce more and more milk. We'll be able to produce more and more of those items up at the dairy as well, which is good. Although I do think I have to change the dairy out. Anyway, there's two different dairies I've got with mod packs. I've got the Dragon Dens pack, and the reason why I need to upgrade the dairy is the Dragon's Den pack by Black Dragon. If you haven't got that pack already, go and grab it from Simply Safe Mods. He's just done the latest update to that, or just recently. And it brings a whole pile of new production stuff in with his orchards and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, with the dairy, you can do ice cream, and there's other products along with this pack as well. So I wanted to sort of get that dairy in there. So I'm going to pull out the dairy that's in there now and replace it with that one probably. I have to wait and see. And I have to finesse the material. I have to record the material that's in there and then do all that sort of stuff and make sure it comes. What I replace it with is like for like in relation to the stock and all that sort of stuff in there. So anyway, we'll cross that bridge a little bit later. But for the moment, it's off and running, producing some cheese and some butter. So again, push them to shove, we can sell some of that off as well to get some money. And I mean, the next thing we need to do is look at expanding the farm a little bit further, and we want to get a couple more of those larger fields off to, what is it, via the map at the moment, it's our east, but it's actually technically our west. But what's the other way around? Off to my left, let's just say that for the moment. Dear. Anyway, alright, so that's our two headers done now, so we can get the AI worker just to finish off. I'm not going to worry about putting a course plate course, so I'm just going to get the AI. The AI does alright with just up and downs, so there's no need to do that. Oh, well, it's actually not raining, it's snowing, so we'll stop our harvesting actually, because we don't want to lose any of our yield. So we'll park the combine here for now. There we go. Right, let's go and see how our hired hand's doing with the mowing. He's done a good job there, actually. I'm suitably impressed. Now, the one thing I do have to... I have to. Alright, well, what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to just quickly... I'm going to come in here, I'm going to save the course. Actually, I want to see... What field number was that again? I think it was field number 5, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, field 5. I'm going to come in here, I want to create a new folder. I want to save the course. Right, save it like that. There we go. Right, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over and grab this guy. And we're going to get him to... Oh, wait. I might just do it manually. We might just collect it manually. I was going to put him on a course and have him collect. But with this waiting for the snow now, there's not much more we can do until such time as the snow stops, so we can actually continue our harvest. So we will just get this done manually. While he's finishing off the mowing, we'll come in and start collecting all the grass. Right, the robot's off to do a bit more feeding of the cows. Hopefully we won't get too much snow. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with how the course players has dealt with this particular field. If any of the fields on this map were going to be problematic for course play, it was going to be this one. Now that's the trick with this one. I've got to unfold it and then lower it. Right, there we go. Now we're good. Yeah, so I'm pleasantly surprised with how well he's done actually with the mowing. So yeah, it's good. Right, let's go in cab while we collect all the grass. All right. We're at 20% already. Now what we're going to do with this grass is I am going to take it straight to the dryer, because I mean realistically while we say we need grass and hay, hay will be sufficient for both the sheep and the cows. So instead of having two separate lots of crop, there's no point we're just going to make it onto hay. And probably in the next rotation, I'll have to have a look at how many bales we've got left. But the next growth cycle will do some baling of at least one of the fields. Probably field 16 will bale to create some more silage. So that's going to be our stockpile for silage. Until such time as we have enough money to put in a silage mixer, silo. But really for the moment, using the bales is fine. It's not an issue. So that's what we'll do there. So we'll continue to do some baling for a little while yet. And besides, it's not really that much of an issue to manage the bales in that regard. So, and the Vicon bale is quite good. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we've almost filled up the wagon already. We're at 95%. Alright, all done. So now we're going to head back and drop off and then rinse, repeat. I will acknowledge, I've said this, I know I said it before, but I will acknowledge Giants have done a great job with the sound this time through with FS22. The sounds that they've done, it's a noticeable step up from the previous games, and it's great. I really do enjoy this. Just some of the smaller unique sounds as well, like, I mean, you obviously got the wiper running at the moment that you can't hear because I'm talking, but things like just the little clunks and clanks of trailers when they engage or disengage from their hard stand or their locks or whatever else, and stuff like that. It's really good. Really enjoying that aspect of it. So so that's a well done. Alright, so the other guy's finished his course. He's finished his mowing, so that's okay. I think I'll pull him out of there in a minute. Right, there we go. First load. Another 35,000 of grass into the dryer. Now, we should have a fair bit of grass in that dryer there now. Let's have a look. Yes, we've got 230,000, but that's not going to be enough to sustain us for a long period of time. So we're not going to rest on our laurels. I'm usually comfortable when, I mean, this is a bit of a smaller farm, what we normally probably would do. But in saying that, we have cows, up to 300 cows we're going to be having, at least, and we've got 2 pens of sheep. So we are going to need a fair amount of hay to support them. So normally at about 1 million, I'm happy keeping it around that balance, just as a longevity type thing for keeping animals fed and all that sort of stuff. And I think for this one, for the moment, we'll probably say 750 will be about our happy point. So if we've got above 750, then we'll look at turning our grass fields over to doing other arable crops, for instance, for a period cycle or two. If we're below 750, then obviously our priority becomes turning them back into grass. So that's how I think I'm going to plan it and look at it. I mean, because that means that if we get below 750, we've still got a fair bit of time before we're going to require be actually out of hay. So it gives us a bit of time to make sure we finish the cycle of the crop that's there, and then replant. So obviously replant and then grow and then harvest, etc. So I think that's a fairly reasonable and sound limit to sit at. So we'll see how that pans out. All right, and we continue. Right, we might just speed up time just a little bit, just so we can get through this, hopefully get through this snow a little bit quicker. Although it is getting close to night time too. So we might just have to park everything for the night and then go to bed and then wake up the next morning and continue. We'll see how things go over the next 10 minutes. I've got to, of course, check the weather forecast. Where are we? Weather forecast. Through to when it's dark. So we're going to have snow for a bit longer yet. So that's okay. We'll just continue doing this. I think we'll just resign ourselves to the fact that we're going to continue with the harvest in the next game day. Whether that's going to be this video or not is another matter altogether, because I want to get this grass off. So we'll have to see how that pans out as well. Because what I need to do now is I need to roll this grass again, so I don't want to get too much growth on it before we get a chance to roll it. So it shouldn't be a problem, certainly overnight. So Oh. So coming up to 85% again. I have been toying in setting up an auto drive course for the map. I don't believe Cavalier Roy has set up the splines along all the paths around the farm, all the non-main roads. So it'd have to be a full auto drive course set up, which I don't have a problem with doing. I certainly haven't played with auto drive yet for FS22, but I did enjoy using it in FS19 for where we did use it. So it's something I might explore over the coming days and see about setting up a route or a set of routes around the farm, and that way then we can use course play to do, like for this job we can send them out there to collect the grass, but then also return it to the dryer and then head back out and continue sort of thing. So I'll have to have a bit of a look at that and see how that will work, and whether it will work to the point where we want to use it. So rest assured we'll check it out and we'll see. If you already have an auto drive course for this map and you're watching this video and you would like to share that with me, then please feel free to contact me and do so. Alright, unload. I'm going to wet the whistle. Right. There we go. Alright, I think what we might do is we might we've got about 8 minutes left for the video. I might just go and sleep, and then we might come out the next game day and we'll finish the video off in the next game day. Hopefully with at least the harvest semi-complete on that field. Alright, so let's just shut the engine off here. Run up to the farm. Oh, a bit dark. Right, up to the farm. And we're going to sleep till 6. There we go. Dum dum dum, counting sheep. Dum dum dum. Alright. A little bit dark still. Right, we'll just fast forward just a little bit so it gets a little bit lighter. There we go. Right. Now, first thing we'll do is we'll go over to the combine. We'll get the combine going. There we go. We're all good to go. Right. So he's going to get him going. Alright, away he goes. Excellent. So he's off and running. He's going to be happy. And we're going to head back over and collect some more grass until such time as the combine is full. What's the combine at? He's at 47%. So there's no real rush yet, but we'll get that sorted. Alright. Excellent. So there you go. So we've transitioned the day, which is good. There we go. There's our bales. Yeah, so we've got a fair few silage bales. So I think we're going to be right for a little while. But I think definitely if we do the next harvest on 16, we do baling, I think we'll be fine. It'll set us up nicely. So yeah, it's coming off as planned, which is great. What are we at? February. So you can probably look. I'm pretty sure we've sold pretty much all of our stock off. I don't think there's anything really that's going to be worthwhile trying to sell in February before we transition to March. We will have a look at that. But yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. I may have to do that off camera because we're not going to finish this game day in a recording. So we may look at that and see how we deal with that. But it's certainly an option to look at selling some stuff off if it's at a high price for February. But like I said, we don't have much stock on hand because we did sell most of it when we wanted to clear everything off and upgrade the combine and things like that. So why aren't you lower. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Right. My buttons weren't working properly. All right. Yeah, so we'll have to have a look at that, and we'll see what we're going to do in regards to that. But if we do sell anything off, we'll let you know in the next episode, obviously, what we've sold. But I don't think we've got that much there to sell at the moment, because we did do that big trip to market, remember? So yeah, we'll have a look at that and see. All right. I am very happy that course plays worked so well here for this field. I have been using it a little bit off camera, just to sort of try and get back into it. A few people have said, Phil Otto, thanks Phil, has basically saying that it's good enough to use. And JJ, my great mate, he's been saying it's been working really well. He's had no problems with it. He prefers it over the previous one. And my big problem with course play was the UI. There was no UI for it at the point in time where I was using course play. Whereas now, thankfully, there is. So my biggest problem was being able to restore the course. So this is the latest UI for obviously we're running course play 7.0.1.7. And I've got the option here to actually set my waypoints, and I can change my offsets and all that without having to go into the main menu and stuff like that. And that's the thing that I was sort of really missing, because I found that trying to get the helper to actually resume the course where he was, like whether it be on the last waypoint or on the nearest waypoint, was so fraught with it was just luck of the draw seemingly. It just frustrated the crap out of me. Whereas now I've been testing it and been using the UI, and yeah, I'm quite comfortable with it again. Now the other thing is too, JJ was just telling me the other day actually, he's been testing course play with the vineyards, and it works really well. Certainly for harvesting, pruning and fertilizing. So that sounds great. So that means that we can look at bringing back, certainly like for Hort Belleron, for instance, vineyards, or for Elm Creek we can bring back some olives. So something we'll definitely be looking at, if I can run a course play on that, because it was just such a, I mean, I didn't mind doing the vineyards and the olive grove. It was just, you had to invest so much time in harvesting and that, and then the pruning, because it just took so long. And to make a big vineyard or olive grove was going to suck up so much time. Like, it was literally going to be the same as harvesting every other field on the farm, sort of thing. Because obviously, if you remember, for Hort Belleron, we're going to do 2 fields and basically combine them, and that'd be a rather big vineyard. It was just going to take so long. Like, it took, if I recorded everything on camera for the one field we had, the one vine field we had for the grapes, it would take like about 8 episodes to record it, and I kid you not, for eight half-hour episodes to do just that, not anything else. And it just felt to me though it was just too long and too drawn out, and it wasn't going to make for good viewing, in my opinion. I mean, you guys may have thought differently, but yeah, it was just painful, I guess. So I'm looking forward to testing that out. So I'm going to test out the vines and the olives with course play on a solo game before I bring it to punish you guys. But if it does work really well, then expect to see both grapes and olives appear in my series again, which would be good. I mean, it was, all things aside, what I've said about the fact that just bringing olives and grapes was disappointing, and they didn't bring a variation of machinery to start with, blah 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 blah, right? And they didn't bring other crops in. At the end of the day, it is the new crop for this game, for this version of the game. and I would like to actually showcase it and use it. I didn't mind doing the grapes. I thought that was nice. I'd like to see some other products from the grapes, like some actual wine or something like that, which is now available from various modders for production. So yeah, it's something I do want to do, but it was just so inherently fraught with time investment that it wasn't something that I wanted to delve into. But anyway, so that's what we're going to plan on doing. But anyway, in saying that, it is now that time of the day. We've come to the end of the episode, unfortunately. So time flies. So we'll continue on with the harvest of the field. We'll finish doing all this. We'll probably come back in the same game day a little bit later on, once I've picked up all the grass, for instance, and we've taken all the hardware back to the farm, and then we'll return to continue on with our farming here on Riverview Farm. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed bringing it to you as always. Yeah, hopefully we can see you again very soon back here. But in any case, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. Press that subscribe button. If you do press that, make sure you press that alarm notification icon as well, so you're made aware of when new videos are available on the channel. Also, make sure you press that like button or the dislike button. Either way, it's interaction as to whether you like the episode or not. I mean, I don't care either way, really. But like I said, it does help us with that Google algorithm. So we would appreciate an interaction either way. And like I said at the start of the episode, leave your comments down below as to what your opinions are with the DLC and whether you've got it or whether you bought it, whether you didn't buy it, whether you're not going to buy it, you refused to buy it, or you're enjoying it, or whatever else. Just let me know down below. And of course, don't forget to come and join us on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and Facebook. Details are down below in the description. But most importantly, take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And we'll see you again very, very soon back here at Riverview Farm and Ducks Early Gaming. See you later. Bye.